Hey YouTube, Pallab here, and one smartphone that we've been really impressed about lately was the Coolpad Cool 1. The smartphone costs less than 14,000 here in India, and it's available exclusively on Amazon.in. In this particular video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why the Cool 1 or the C1, if you will, should be your next smartphone if you have a budget of about 14 to 15k Indian rupees. Number one is the USP of this device, the dual lens setup on the back side. It has two 13MP sensors. One is a color sensor, an RGB sensor. Another one is a black and white sensor. Also, the primary sensor comes with a f/2.0 aperture. Now, it does two things because it has two kind of sensor. One is RGB, one is black and white, and black and white is kind of slightly sharper because it does not have that RGB filter on top. Your pictures are slightly sharper than a single RGB sensor. Number two, you get that famous DSLR like bokeh or out of focus rendering of the background, because one of the sensors, the second one, acts as a depth sensor. So it actually senses the distance between the subject and the background, and that makes the background nicely and more naturalistically out of focus. But why this is one of the point in the 5 reasons is because this is probably the only smartphone with a dual lens setup at this price point. Number 2 is the software, the UI, the ecosystem. Now, Coolpads have always been loaded with features, but we always thought the software could have been better, but no more, because after Leico bought this, you now get the Leico's UI in the Coolpad Cool 1, and you would agree if you have used the Leico UI, it's much smoother, lighter, much easier on eye and easier on the hardware as well, more than the Coolpad's own UI. Number 3, it has a great mid-range chipset. The Snapdragon 652 is one of the best mid-range device, and this is one of the rare devices under 15k or under 14k to have this chipset. And couple that with that 4GB of RAM, we've tried playing games and benchmark everywhere. It gives top-notch results for the price point. It comes with 32GB internal storage. That could be enough for you moderate users for day-to-day life, because you still get 25GB, but note that it does not support micro SD cards. So if you store a lot of movies or music, you're out of luck. The camera and the battery are probably two of the most important features in any smartphone today. It gets the camera right, it also gets the battery right. You get a massive 4000 mAh battery, and we've tried stress testing this battery. We've tested it in moderate to high usage level. We've tried GPS, tried playing game, 4G, Wi-Fi and other things, and still it actually lasted more than a day, slightly more than a day. The last but not the least is that it supports USB-C type, so your file transfer is going to be much faster than USB 2.0. Plus, not only that, it also supports quick charging thanks to the Snapdragon 652 chipset. Here also the chipset matters. Now note that the charger or the charging brick that comes with the box does not support quick charging, but you can anytime go ahead and buy a certified Snapdragon quick charging adapter, and it will work with this device as well. Then it will charge the device much faster than the brick that's supplied in the box. So guys, these are the 5 reasons then I thought if you have a budget of 14 to 15k, then the Coolpad Cool 1 is an amazing buy. Actually, I was thinking of a phone for my wife, and this one made perfect sense because it's not expensive, comes with most of the features and the spec sheet that the current phones under 15,000 give, but the dual lens setup actually just kills it.